This is a recording of the material for week 22, Jacoby Transfers. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Jacoby transfers are a wonderful thing. They were invented by Oswald Jacoby, who was a fantastic bridge player, won 27 North American bridge championships, wrote gazillions of bridge columns, served as a code breaker, and who to thunk it, he wrote a book called How to Win at Canasta. That was the fifth best-selling book in the US in 1949. Jacoby transfers come into play when partner opens one no trump, and they're a way that we help navigate as responder, that we help navigate us to a good contract when we have a long major suit. That'll all become clear. Where are we? We're getting near the end of our 24-week cycle. Then we'll return to the beginning and do it all over again because repetition is the key to learning. Most of the bidding that we did so far was natural. If I bid spades, I had spades. If I bid no trump, I had a no trump distribution. Last week, we talked about takeout doubles. That's the first artificial bid that we employed. The first, what is called conventional bid or convention. The idea is that in the old days, double meant crank up the stakes for making the contract or going down. But when you double a low level contract, you repurpose that bid to say something completely different from its original meaning, just to say, partner, please bid your best suit. Transfers and Stamen that we'll talk about in the next 2 weeks, and then the slam bidding tool we'll look at after that. All of these involve what are called artificial bids, bids that have been repurposed to mean something else. I think it'll all be clear. For today's material, some of it will be very familiar to some of you. Some of it will be very new. So I ask that you, as you hear things, remind yourself where each item fits in your bridge development trajectory. So very important background for today. If partner opens one no trump and you have a weak hand with a 5-card major, you want to play in your major. Here's an example. Suppose partner opens one no trump and you have this remarkable hand. How many tricks will your hand take in no trump? And the answer is 0. It's physically impossible for your hand to take a trick. There can be no trick where somebody leads a card and this hand plays the highest card on the trick. However, in a spade contract, you've got 6 spades. There's 7 more scattered around the table. Let's imagine they're distributed 3, 2, 2. After 3 rounds of spades, you're the only one who has any spades left, and they're trump. So your spades are going to take tricks. So this hand will probably take 3 tricks in a spade contract. And partner, the one no trump opener, their high card points are going to take tricks in both cases. So clearly we want to be in a spade contract. Something that's super important, the weaker you are in a situation like this, the more you need to play in your major because it's the only way that your hand will take tricks. It's wonderful when partner opens one no trump. I think we looked at this slide a few weeks ago. Here's the idea. When partner opens one no trump, you know what to do, so you become captain of the team. Remember, we need 25, 26 points to make a game in no trump or to make a game in a major suit. And we want to play in a major suit if we have an 8-card fit. So let's look at some examples. I'm going to show you some hands and ask what final contract is best, what suit, maybe no trump, and what level. I'm not going to ask here, how do we bid it? Today we'll talk about some of the how do we bid it. I just want to talk about where do we want to end up as motivation in setting the stage for today. Partner opens one no trump. I count 11 high card points and 2 for length. We have plenty of strength for game. I have 6 spades. I know partner has at least 2. I immediately know we want to play in 4 spades. Let's change the hand a bit. I have 6 hearts. I know we want to play in hearts. I only have 6 high card points. I guess a couple for length, 8. Even if partner has a maximum 17, I think it's pretty unlikely we're going to make game. So I want to get out as low as I can, as safe as I can, and I want to play in a heart contract. I want to play in 2 hearts. This hand is much stronger. Now I've got 11 high, 2 for length, plenty of strength for game. I know we have an 8 card fit. We want to play in hearts. 7 high card points, no interest in a major suit, so we want to play in no trump. 7 and 17 is not enough for game. It's 24. You don't have to memorize this stuff. Just do the arithmetic every time. You want to get out and play in one no trump, safest place. Let's improve that hand a bit, but same kind of general shape. 11 high card points. You have enough strength for game. 11 and 15 is 26, but you don't want to play in a major suit. So you just want to play in 3 no trump. And a hand similar to the first one that we saw, impossible to take a trick in no trump, but in a spade contract, you'll take a couple of tricks. You want to play in 2 spades. If we change these hands a little bit, let's take a heart away from this hand. We still have the strength for game, but we don't know whether we want to play in hearts or no trump because opener could have only 2 hearts or they could have 3 or more. So depending on opener's hand, we either want to play in 3 no or 4 hearts. We know that. Opener doesn't know that. We need to work with opener to navigate to the right destination. Similarly, let me improve this hand a little bit. 9 high card points. Do we want to play in 3 no? Well, it depends. If opener's hand is a min or a max, we'd want to, with a minimum, we want to get out low. With a maximum, we'd like to play in 3 no. We talked about how to bid this hand a few weeks ago when we talked about no trump openers. You just do the arithmetic. You'd bid 2 no trump to invite game. Well, today we're going to talk about when your hand has a major suit, a decent major suit after partner opens 1 no trump. Remember, we want to play in the major if we can. You have become captain of the team. If your hand does not have a 4-card major, you want to play in no trump. How do you bid it? You just do the arithmetic, like we talked about a few weeks ago and I outlined on the prior page. Just add your points to partner's opening bid and decide whether you want to pass, bid game, possibly slam, or invite. If you have 9 high card points, you invite. Because if partner has 17 or 16, you want to go, and if partner has 15, you want to stop. Here's the focus of today. Suppose you have a 6-card major or even longer. You know you want to play in the major because you know you have at least an 8-card fit. Suppose you have a 5-card major. Well, now you're not certain. You want to play a no trump or a major depending on whether opener has 3 cards in your suit. So these are the situations that we're going to look at today. We're going to start with a Jacoby transfer, and then we'll have a conversation after that. Important, it's okay to do this when you're very, very weak. Remember, with an 8-card fit or longer, you want to play in a major. Sometimes you have only a 4-card major, or you might have 2 4-card majors. And again, we're in a world of uncertainty. Do we want to play in our major or in no trump? It depends if opener has a 4-card major to fit with ours. And the tool for looking at that is Stamen. We'll talk about that next week. Next week, we'll talk about why you must have some strength to bid Stamen. But again, Jacoby transfers that we'll talk about today, it's okay to use them when you're very, very weak. So here's some context. We're trying to answer the questions, what suit and how high. This is the method that my mom and dad used back in the 60s. Dad opens 1 no trump. Mom looks at her hand. She sees 10 high card points, 2 for length. And she is certain we want to be in game, and she's certain that we want to be in spades. So she just bids 4 spades. Dad passes. Let's make that hand a little weaker. I count 4, 8, I guess I have 9, 10. I don't think this has quite enough oomph to bid game on my own. So I know I want to play in hearts, maybe at the game level. Depends what opener has. So what my mom would have done was she would have gone after 1 no trump, she'd bid 3 hearts, which said, Hey, opener, if you have a maximum, continue to four hearts and otherwise pass. But she was guaranteeing that we wanted to play in hearts. And here's some more hands that work fine. One no trump, mom has this hand. Gosh, that's the weak hand. You're too weak to go to game, but you have six spades. You know you have a fit in spades, and you know you want to get out low. Mom would bid two spades, and we'd be done with it. Let's make her hand even weaker. Again, she knows we want to play in hearts, and she knows we want to get out low, so she just bid two hearts, hoping the next opponent bids, and then dad would pass. But some hands didn't work for with her methods. Her methods couldn't handle these hands. This hand has 10 high card points, one for length. We know we want to be in game, but do we want to be in spades or no trump? Well, what does she do? Does she just guess three no trump? Does she just guess four spades? Using the methods on the previous pages, she can't bid three spades because that was already designated as an invitational bid with six spades. And she can't bid two spades, which would say stop here. So she has no way to ask whether we should be in spades or in no trump. Similarly, I made the hand a little weaker. Do we want to be in hearts or no trump? Well, it depends on whether opener has three hearts. And we don't know whether we want to be in game or not because, well, we've got nine high card points. Partner's got 15 to 17. It all where we want to end up depends on opener's hand. So what does she do? Does she guess to invite with two no trump? She can't jump to three hearts and invite in hearts because opener might have only two. So mom's methods couldn't handle these hands. Jacoby transfers solve the problem. It's a wonderful artificial bid. Here's how it works. Partner opens one no trump, opponent passes, and you have a couple of options that are artificial bids. Two diamonds in English says, partner, bid two hearts. And two hearts in English says, partner, bid two spades. We'll look at some examples, then we'll talk through it in more detail. This is that crazy hand we saw before. You bid two hearts. Opener bids two spades because you asked opener to do that. And then you pass. Why do we go through all this rigmarole? Because if you had a better hand, you'd be positioned for a longer conversation. You've already told partner that you have at least five cards in the transfer to suit. So if you bid two hearts, you're saying I have at least five spades. And most importantly, it gives you like another step in the auction. You'll be able to tell opener more with your next bid. And this is why it solves the problems that my mom's methods had. Opener bids one no trump. Responder bids two diamonds, saying, I have five hearts or more. Please bid two hearts, and then I'll tell you more. So I'm going to give you the whole story here, and then we're going to walk through all of it slowly in more detail. So once opener bids two hearts, we have a ton of options. If we have a really cruddy hand with our long heart suit, we just pass. If we have game strength and we had six or more, we just bid the game. My mom was going to bid the four hearts right away, but this method will let us have a couple of other off ramps. If responder has invitational strength with at least six hearts, now she bids three hearts. She's saying, hey, opener, I know we want to play in hearts. You choose the level depending on if your hand is a maximum. And here are the hands that mom's methods couldn't handle. Suppose you have game strength plus exactly five hearts, and you weren't sure whether to play in game in hearts or whether to play in game in no trump. Now, the other one is invitational strength with exactly five hearts, and you weren't sure whether to invite in hearts or to invite in no trump. So here's what we'll do. With game strength, we'll jump to three no trump. And that's going to say, hey, partner, we have the strength for game. I couldn't choose, so you choose hearts or no trump. Opener will know to choose hearts if she has three or more of them. And with invitational strength and exactly five hearts, we'll bid two no trump. And now we've told opener, I'm invitational. I have five hearts. I didn't invite by rebidding hearts. I'm giving you a choice between hearts or no trump. And by the way, you can also choose the level. So what the transfer does is it lets us have one more round of discussion, and it removes the need to guess that my mom encountered with these bottom two types of hands. Okay, oh, and analogous, if your suit is spades instead of hearts, you bid two hearts and partner bids two spades. It's called a transfer to spades. This is called a transfer to hearts on the screen. I know what you're thinking. I can't memorize all that. But luckily, no memorization is required. Why? Because what you're going to do is you're going to build this reflex. There's partner, there's you. Partner opens one, no trump. There's the stimulus. You realize that you have a five card major or longer, and you transfer. Boom, 100% of the time. It just becomes a reflex. So that's what we're going to do. When partner opens one, no trump, and you have a five card major, the first thing you're going to do is transfer. And then you're going to think about what to do next. It's all just logic. There's no memorization. After partner opens one, no trump, you just need to be thinking, what do I need to know? Do I need to ask partner anything? And know that you'll guide the team to the right spot. Example, partner opens one, no trump. You become captain of the team. You have this hand. 4, 8, 10 high card points, plenty of strength for game. 6 spades, you know you want to play in 4 spades. You bid 2 hearts. Partner obligingly complies with your request by bidding 2 spades. And then you bid 4 spades. You have placed the contract. Partner, of course, will pass, and you have navigated your team to the best harbor. Another example. Partner opens one, no trump. You're the captain of the team. You bid 2 hearts saying, hey, partner, bid 2 spades. Partner bids 2 spades. And now you bid 3 no trump. What are you telling partner? You're telling partner, we have the strength for game. We'll walk through the logic from opener's perspective. What is going on? Responder has strength for game. Responder has at least 5 spades because she transferred. Responder knows I have at least 2. Why didn't she just bid 4 spades here instead of 3 no trump? Aha! She's not sure if we have an 8-card fit. She must have exactly 5 spades. It's logic. Eventually, it becomes habit. But right now, you can logic it out at the table. And again, what you were saying in English was, partner, we have strength for game. I can't unilaterally choose spades. So I'm asking you to make the choice. And opener will realize the only reason to defer the choice question would be because responder doesn't know whether or not you have enough spades. And indeed, opener's looking at her hand and knows how many spades she has. So with 3 spades or more, she'll correct the contract to 4 spades, and with exactly 2 spades, she'll pass. Maybe a responder has this hand. 11 high card points, 5 card spade suit. You bid 2 hearts, opener bids 2 spades, and now you jump to 3 no trump, saying, hey partner, we want to be in game. You pick which one. Here's another example. You bid 2 hearts, telling partner to bid 2 spades. Partner complies, and then you bid 3 spades. What is opener thinking? What's going on? Responder didn't pass, but she didn't jump to game. She didn't bid game, so she must be invitational strength. Responder knows that I might have only 2 spades, but she's offering game in spades. So she must know, responder must know, we have an 8-card fit. So if she has at least six spades, even if I have only two, we should be playing in spades. The only thing I have to do is decide whether to accept the invitation or decline it. With a minimum hand, 15, I'll decline. With a maximum, 16 or 17, I'll accept. Again, responder might have this hand, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 iCard points, couple for length. If opener has a maximum, you want to be in game. And if opener has a minimum, you're happy to settle for three spades. And again, the captain navigated him to the best harbor, but had to ask the first mate, the opening bidder, for some help as the captain tried to look through the fog. When responder has a six-card major or longer, partner opens one, no trump, you know you have an eight-card fit or more, so you know you want to play in your major. Here's the summary. What contract do you want to be in? 4, 8, 11 high. You have plenty of strength for game, and you have a six-card major. You know you want to be in four hearts. Here's how we bid it. One, no trump. I'm sorry, you want to be in four spades. One, no trump. You bid two hearts. Opener complies by bidding two spades, accepting the transfer, and you just bid four spades. Easy peasy. This is the hand we looked at before. You know you want to be in hearts, but you know you want to stop below game. You bid two diamonds, which is a transfer to hearts, and opener bids two hearts, and you pass. And we got there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 high, couple for length. Maybe game, maybe not, maybe hearts. Actually, we're sure we want to be in hearts because we have six hearts and we know opener has at least two. So we know we want to be in either three hearts or four hearts depending on opener's strength. So what do? We do the reflex. I have five hearts. I'm going to transfer two diamonds, two hearts. And now we bid three hearts. And you're saying to partner, well, we're playing in hearts, but you choose the level. And opener will either pass or bid four hearts. And again, if this is all new to you, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Watch it a couple times. If you've got some experience with it, I hope it's a reminder and maybe fills in some details. Let's back your hand down a little bit so you have a five-card major, exactly five cards. Remember, if you're weak, just transfer and drop partner. If you're not weak, you want to be in your major if partner has three of them. Otherwise, you want to be in no trump. So here's an example, 4, 8, 11 high card points, plenty of strength for game, either spades or no trump. So how do you bid it? How do we get there? Reflex. You have five spades, you transfer to spades. And now you bid three no trump. You're saying, hey, partner, I know we want to be at game, but you choose which one. And opener will realize that what you're asking is, do we have a spade fit? Do you have three spades? And opener will choose between passing for three no trump or four spades. Weaker hand. What do? Well, we know we want to be in hearts. In fact, we know we want to be in two hearts. One no trump, reflex, transfer, two diamonds, two hearts, and we pass. The weaker you are, the more important it is to transfer. And finally, with this hand, I count 9 high card points. I have a 5-card heart suit. Maybe game, maybe not. Maybe hearts, maybe no trump. It all depends on opener being minimum or maximum and whether she has 3 hearts. So what do? One no trump, reflex. 2 diamonds transfer to 2 hearts. And now we bid 2 no trump. So we're asking opener, you choose hearts or no trump, depending if you have 3 of them, below game or game. And so opener will either pass or correct to 3 hearts. If they correct to 3 hearts, you pass because partner was simply answering the question that you posed. Or maybe partner goes to three no or jumps to four hearts. So why all this rigmarole? Three reasons. One, by starting this way when you have a four-card major, a five-card major or longer, the responder has many ways to continue the bidding. Remember, my mom was hampered. There were certain hands that she couldn't handle. Now we can handle all those hands. This is the biggest reason to go through this rigmarole. A second reason is that now the opening no trump bidder is going to be the declarer. Because when we transfer, they're the first person to bid that suit, and they will be the declarer. Often the no trump bidder holds cards like ace 10, ace queen, or king jack, or queen 10. These are called tennises. It's very, very helpful if the opening lead comes around to that person. With my mom's methods, the one no trump bidder would be the dummy, and the opening lead would go through the one no trump bidder. Now the one no trump bidder is declarer and is going to play fourth to the opening trick, which is a huge advantage. And the reason that you'll usually hear is we do this so that the big hand becomes declarer and stays hidden from the opponent's view. Yes, there's some merit to that, but number one is way more important. And I think number two is also more important. You should also use transfers over higher no trump openers. So for example, if partner opens two no trump, that's 20 to 21 high card points. You have 4, 6, 8. You know you want to be in game. You know you want to play in spades. So you do the same reflex. You transfer to spades, and now because you know where you want to end up, you just bid the game, and opener will pass because you are the captain of the team. Opener's not going to get all excited and try to bid slam. Here's another one. Opener bids two clubs. You have no high card points. You can't pass the two club opener. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You have to bid two diamonds as a waiting bid to hear more from opener. Opener bids two no trump. Well, what do we know? Opener has 22 to 24 high card points and a balanced hand. So they have at least two hearts. So we want to play in hearts. And we want to get out low because we have such a terrible hand, even though they have a huge hand. We bid three diamonds. That's a transfer. Partner bids three hearts, and then we pass. And we've placed the contract in the best spot, played by the better hand to play it. So again, the most important thing is to build this reflex. Partner opens one no trump, and you see that you have a five-card major, immediately transfer. Do it every time. Get the reflex in place. Right now in your bridge career, the follow-up bids after this require some thinking. We went through the logic before. We'll do some repeat of that. But over time, they'll all become second nature. Here's Jacoby transfers in a nutshell, analogous if we're transferring to spades. Partner opens one no trump. You bid two diamonds. That says, hey, I have five hearts. Please bid two hearts, and then we'll talk some more. Opener bids two hearts, and now you have all these options. With a cruddy hand, you just pass. With game strength and six hearts, you just bid it. With invitational strength and six hearts, you know you want to be in hearts. So you invite by bidding three hearts, and opener will make the choice. If you have game strength and exactly five hearts, you jump to three no, and opener will decide three no or four hearts, depending on if they have three-card heart support. And if you have invitational strength with exactly five hearts, you bid two no, and opener will choose game or not, hearts or no trump, depending on her hand. So again, the transfers let us talk more, and they remove the need to guess. Again, kind of summary, partner opens one no trump. If you have a six-card major or longer, you know you want to play in your major. If you're really weak, you just transfer and drop. If you're invitational, you transfer and bid three of your suit. And if you have game strength, you transfer and bid game in your suit. Memorization, I claim that you'll logic this out at the table. If you remember to make the transfer, you'll be able to logic out what to do after that. If you have a five-card major, now you're not sure whether to play in a major or no trump. Depends on whether opener has three. If you're weak, just transfer and drop. You'll probably do better there than one no trump. Even if partner has only two of them, you'll be better off because the last couple tricks in your spade suit are likely to take tricks, whereas they would not in no trump. This is if you're weak. If you're invitational, you transfer and then you bid two no trump. You're saying, hey, partner, I'm invitational. I'm not sure about suit or no trump, so you decide. You pick whether it's a suit or not, suit contract or not, and you decide whether to bid game or not. And if you have the strength for game, you transfer and then you bid three no trump. And partner will realize, gosh, we have the strength for game. Why didn't she just bid three no? Or why didn't she just continue to four hearts? Oh, she's not sure if we want to play in the suit. I have to figure out she has exactly a five-card suit. I need to decide whether to play in no trump, or if I have three of them, I'll correct to the suit contract. Um, there's some good best E-bridge exercises on this, and we'll play some hands. And that's the end of the presentation. Thanks for your attention.